look at the weather. First of all, we're going to have a look at the weather that we have in our country and around Dukinfield. We're going to talk about what weather is, how we can check for the weather, look at weather forecasts and different types of weather. What the weather's like in our country and the weather about where we live. At the end, I hope you'll be able to name different types of weather in the UK. Talk about how the weather changes through the year. Talk about how you can observe or look at the weather and how we record this in a weather diary. These are some useful keywords that you might want to come back to later. Before you do your first task on weather, I want you to have a little think. What do you know about weather already? Have you learnt about it before? I know we've talked about seasons. What do you know about those? What's our weather like today? What's the weather like where you live? When does this weather type normally happen? Why? Why do you think the weather's like that today? This is a little bit of time for you to think about those questions. Let's look at our weather in the UK. These are symbols. They're used to tell us about different types of weather. You might have seen them on the weather forecast on TV. Can you guess what they all mean? Take your time. Have a look at each one. What clues can you see? What do you think the weather would be like if you saw that symbol? This is like the weather forecast. Can you see where the symbols are being put onto a map of the UK to show you what the weather is going to be like? What's the weather like in Scotland? What does that symbol mean? The weather's going to be like in Wales. Can you see the arrow? That's pointing near Dukinfield. It says there's going to be sunny spells in Dukinfield. What else can you see? I'm going to show you some pictures now of different things to do with weather. Have a look at the pictures. Have a think about what you can see, what it looks like. What would the weather feel like? Would it be warm or cold? Would it be nice and bright or a bit grey and dull? Keep looking through all the pictures. What kind of weather do you think has made this picture? What can you see in this picture? What time of year do you think this photograph was taken? When do you think this photograph was taken? Why do you think it looks so dark? This is your job for Thursday afternoon. In your packs, you've got a little sheet that has these weather symbols. Have a look at the pictures. What kind of weather do you think each one's for? Write a label underneath. Just to let your mums and dads know, there are some answers on the sheet too to help you. In your packs, you also have a weather diary. We're going to do our diary every day just so we can see what the weather's like. See if it changes over time or whether it's the same. So every day for this next week and the following week, I want you to draw a symbol to show me what the weather was like in Dukinfield. This is your next job for Friday. First of all, I want you to have a think about what the weather's like. You're going to forecast what you think the weather might be like in Dukinfield and around the UK. Do you think it will change much tomorrow or next week? What about in a few months' time? Maybe it's June or July. What season would that be? So how would the weather change? Remind me, what time of year do you think it is now? See if you can think of some wow words to describe the weather that you've seen. Now, you need to look and check at the instructions on Dojo to see how you're going to make your weather forecasting station. So now I hope we've made a start on finding out about different types of weather in the UK and how we can record what we can see and the symbols that we can use.